This has a lot of really interesting features. It's H2 Classic mid-tower case, and they also advertise this as being a silent case because inside here there is foam everywhere. Foam inside the front. There you go, you can't see it there, but there's foam there, and a lot of innovative features. Let's go ahead and talk about what this case has and what some of these innovative features are. Now, first off in the top there, we can see we have the 5 1/4 bays. We have 3 of those. And one of the things that's really interesting with these, all we have to do to get them to open is touch this little clip here. And it opens up very easily. All right, I do want to note that the door only opens to about right here, which is not much further than 90 degrees. Max, take a look at this thing. Check this out, dude. You've got to see this. See these 220 millimeter fans right here?
I already see it.
Watch. Well, of course you take it off, right? But you know you expect there to be a cord under there, right?
No, that is slick.
There's no cord.
So it's powered by the case.
Yeah, exactly. You hook it up by the case, and as long as these power connectors are touching, power goes to the fan. And that also gives us full access to all of the 2.5 and 3.5 inch hard drives you have inside there.
That's just amazing.
How slick is that?
Attention to detail in this case is beautiful, like this right here. There's a little logo on the bottom.
Yep, and that's rubberized right there. We have 8 hard drive bays in there.
That's a lot for, what is this, a mid-tower?
Mid-tower, and they're all toolless. On the top, we've got the power and reset on either side. Headphone, microphone jack right on the top. USB 2, we've got 3 of those. We also have a USB 3 right on the top of the case, which is nice. And then we also have 3 span speeds right here. Mm-hmm. Click, click, click.
It's definitely handy.
All right, check this out. I think every case ever should have this from now on. You see that?
Yeah.
2.5 inch or 3.5 inch hard drive, hot swappable right there on the top.
That's perfect if you're diagnosing something, or you
yeah,
you have a backup drive, you don't want to put it in an enclosure. Perfect.
Exactly. Anyway, this comes off. You can put the fan there, like you were saying. You can also put the water cooling for the fan unit there if you have one of those.
Any number of water cooling solutions, because there's a lot of them out there.
Yeah, and that'll mount on right there.
It's beautiful.
And this is interesting too because there's no clips to break.
I see that.
Yeah, it's magnetic, just like the front is magnetic. There's no clips to break on that. So that's
beautiful.
Pretty cool. All right, want to take a look under the hood? Both sides at once. That's how I roll. Now on the inside here, I just want to show the camera this. The inside of this, that's all padded. And that really dampens the sound coming out of this. Pretty cool.
I can imagine.
Mm-hmm. Now the back side here, we have lots of cable management. We'll go through this first.
I want to mention one thing I really like is the rolled steel.
Right.
Really, really nice touch. I mean, a lot of cases you're not gonna get rolled steel. And like I've seen cases where the steel was so sharp it cut my hand.
Right. So that's nice that this is rolled and not rigid like some other brands we won't mention in this video. But you guys know who you are. You need to stop slicing our fingers up. Okay, over here on the side, lots of ins and outs here. See how this is cut out?
Well, that's specifically so if you have a huge heatsink and you need to mount on the backside, you don't have to take the motherboard off. That's beautiful.
Very, very nice there, so it's easy to install. What else is going on over here? Lots of routing for cables and that sort of thing. Just great, options for cable management. And then the area here beside all the hard drive bays is ideal for storing and stuffing cables. You see that area over here on the side?
Yeah, I saw that.
Shove all your cables over there, and this will flatten.
Perfect space.
It'll go on there just nice and easy.
Very, very well thought out.
There's not a motherboard connector for USB 3. Not all motherboards have that yet, so what they've done is they've given us this USB 3 that goes out the back and plugs into your...
I think that's perfect, because if your motherboard doesn't have USB 3, you can have a USB 3 card in.
Yeah, I mean, I do like to see a case that has the motherboard connector for USB 3.
Indeed, the header.
Yeah, the header's just not there for everything. So that's what we've got, and I like that. Other than that, of course, we've got HD audio, regular audio, USB connectors, all your different front switches and everything. That's all there, just as usual. In the hard drive cage here, 8 expansion bays, and that'll support both 2.5 and 3.5 inch, and they're all toolless.
That's just amazing. I mean, that is a lot of hard drives for that small of a case.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're going to be building a system with, say, you're building a system with a ton of massive graphics cards, you're going to actually lose a lot of these. It supports 11-inch GPUs, so that's going to exclude some of the bigger ones like the 6990 and the GTX 590.
Yeah, those are massive cards. They're like, what, 12, 13-inch cards?
Yeah, you're probably using a bigger case if you're going for one of those. However, with this one...
It's perfect for a LAN party.
Yeah, it's great for a LAN party. Well, it's great for just about any kind of system you're going to use that has a smaller size GPU than that.
Even an NAS would be perfect. I mean, just make it a silent case. It's all the sound deadening.
Indeed. We have 7 of the PCI Express expansion slots here in the back. And one thing I was going to mention about that is with these PCI expansion slots on the back, if you do put in the large GPU, you're going to have to remove a few of these. Let me mention what kind of motherboards this thing supports, because it supports a lot of different types. ATX, micro ATX, micro ITX, mini ATX. What did I miss? Anything? Did I say micro ATX?
Well, you said micro ATX and micro ITX, which is nice.
Mini ITX, I meant.
Yeah.
And mini ATX as well. And flex ATX.
That's pretty good.
5 different types of motherboards it supports. And then one last thing. On the bottom, there's there's honeycomb design for ventilation.
Filters.
And filters.
Nice.
Keep the dust out, please.
That's a very well thought out case.
Yeah, and especially for the money, because it's not like one of the uber expensive $300 cases. For around $100, which is what it's going for
That's
new.
actually very well priced.
Yeah, you get a lot. The one thing I would like to see on this is, see how they've got on top here, they have the hot swappable drive bay. I'd like to see that in the front, which would be really cool, but not. I mean, this price range, you're not going to see that too often.
But they also probably did it so you could actually remove the bays and fit a bigger card in there, more than likely.
Right, perfect. Yeah. So all around, one of the best cases I've seen, in this size and price range. One of the best silent mid-tower cases I've seen in quite some time. Seal of approval, Max?
Seal of approval on that guy there.
Indeed.